guys some more polishing tips and tricks. We got this brand new 2013 SHO Taurus, the twin turbo EcoBoost model, and it has a lot of swirl marks and scratches right on the B pillar. Now, a lot of cars nowadays like Lexus, Toyota, Honda, even BMW and Mercedes all have these black B pillars and they get scratched up. This Taurus has the same problem where the paint is in pristine condition, but it has swirl marks and scratches all on the B pillar. Now these are dealer installed swirl marks and scratches, so we're going to remove them using machine polishing. So we're going to take it inside our Smart Detailing University Training Center and we're going to go ahead and polish them out real quick on this SHO. Let's take it inside. So we brought this 2013 SHO Taurus inside our training facility and we're going to polish out the B pillars. Now on a lot of cars nowadays, they're black or even other colors. They have a main color that the body is, and then they have the black B pillar. This one's white and it has a black B pillar, but the B pillar is all scratched up. And this is what I like to call dealer installed scratches. The car only has about 3,000 miles on it. It's pretty much brand new, but the dealer washed it improperly and it has these swirl marks and scratches on the B pillar. So I'm going to show you how to fix that today using a few products. So everything I got on the cart is what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using our Porter Cable 7424 XP, also fitted with our 3-inch backing plate. You can pick this up on our website, chemicalguys.com. We're also going to be using our V36 optical grade cutting polish to remove the swirls. We're going to be refining the finish since it's black with V38 optical grade final polish. We're going to be using some blue painter's tape to keep it all clean. We're also going to be using a 4-inch orange Hex-Logic pad and a 4-inch white Hex-Logic pad. And then we're also going to be using some clay bar to clean it up since it's a brand new car and it needs to be clay barred. We're going to be using our Chemical Guys OG yellow clay bar, our brand new Chemical Guys clay luber, and we're going to be using a few variety of microfiber towels. So let me go ahead and grab my power and we're going to go ahead and get ready to polish this B pillar. Let's do it. So the first thing I'm going to do to this SHO before we start polishing it out is we're going to go ahead and prep the surface. Now this is a brand new car, but even moving my hand over the B pillar, it still feels very, very rough. So we're going to go ahead and clay it to remove all the contamination and overspray it's on the vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and use our Chemical Guys OG yellow clay bar. The OG yellow clay bar is the most versatile clay bar we offer in the clay bar line. It's also very easy to use and it uses our new polyelastic technology, which allows the clay bar to last longer, glide over the surface easier, and pick up contamination. I'm not going to use this whole clay bar. I'm only going to rip off a piece. And I'm going to take the rest of this clay bar, I'm going to put it back in the case. So it keeps clean and ready to use. Now I'm also going to grab our new Chemical Guys clay luber. This is our brand new luber formula. It's extra slick. We want it to make it even slicker than before and we want it to give the finest results. Plus we can use it as a quick detailer if needed. So first I'm going to grab a microfiber towel and I'm going to go ahead and spray the clay luber on the surface just to clean off any residual dust. There we go. It's okay that I'm getting on the windshield. We can go ahead and wipe it off later off the windows. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my OG yellow clay bar and I'm going to place it into a ball so I can get it set up in the right shape to clay bar these B pillars. Now claying is super important before polishing. It's called prep. You want to make sure that you prep the surface before you do any polishing on your vehicle. So now I have the clay bar all set up in a small disc. I'm going to go ahead and take the clay luber, generously spray the surface, and then I'm going to clay bar right over the B pillar. Now this is a very obvious spot of the car and I really hate when I see cars having swirl marks and scratches all over the B pillar because the car is white, the owner bought it so the white looks clean all the time, but then you have these gloss black B pillars and they really start to look horrible. So we're going to go ahead and clay it and make sure it looks good. The clay luber that we now offer is super slick and it allows the clay bar to glide over the surface. It works with clay bars, it works with clay mitts, it also works with our Chemical Guys clay block as well. So now that I've taken all the contamination off the surface, go ahead and put my clay bar away. Remember, always store your clay bar in a safe spot. I'm going to grab the microfiber towel that I was using and I'm going to wipe off the surface. You can also wipe on the windows too. We're going to be cleaning those later. So now our surface is extra slick and ready to be polished. I'm also going to grab some blue painter's tape to protect the area. Now when you're using polish is very abrasive and I don't want to stain these rubber moldings. I also don't want to hurt the chrome on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and tape these up really quickly. Trying to get as close as I can to this edge so when I use the polisher it gets right as close as I can. I don't have any visible swirls. Here we go. Blue painter's tape is important to use. You can also use regular masking tape, but use something that will remove from paint easy, like blue painter's tape. That's why we're using this blue painter's tape today. Here we go. Taping is super important because if you don't tape up, you're gonna have to have more cleanup time later, and right now we're gonna reduce cleanup time and get better results in the end. So now let's go ahead and grab our machine. So I have my Porter Cable 7424 XP all set up with our 3-inch backing plate. This is the smallest backing plate we offer and allows for great control in small areas. I'm also gonna start out with our orange 4-inch Hex-Logic pad, and this is what I'm going to use to polish the surface. We're also going to be starting with V36 optical grade cutting polish. Now we don't need a compound for this. The car is really new. We want to start with the least aggressive polish before we move on. So I have our other polishes here in our kit, our V32, V34, and the V36 and V38. Right here, there's our sample pack. If I need more polish or I need a stronger cutting compound, I can go ahead and grab that and keep working. But let's start with V36 and see what kind of results we get. So I'm going to first go and add a few dots to the pad. Now our new clay luber is really cool because it's a great clay luber, but you can use it for other things like priming pads. Very versatile product, so I'm going to give it just a little spray of lubrication before we start. So let's start going on the B-pillar. I'm actually going to try and keep the polish out of the cracks, but I'm actually going to try and polish both B-pillars. There's one on the rear door, one on the front door at one time. That way my pad will cover the whole entire surface. So let's start on speed setting 1 first. I'm going to go ahead and spread it out. There we go, it's all spread out. Now I'm going to bump it straight to speed setting 6. Now it's important to bump it straight to speed setting 6 because you want to get a nice cut on the polishing compound or cutting polish that you're using. So let's start polishing on the B-pillar. So I'm going to go ahead and push my machine on the surface, put 5-7 pounds of pressure, and then I'm going to turn my machine on. I'm moving really slow to get the best results. Okay, so I made my first pass. I'm going to grab my microfiber towel. I'm going to inspect the surface as we go. If you have a new microfiber towel, always remember, take the tag right off. And let's go ahead and buff off. Now we're removing swirl marks and scratches. We're actually getting something really good because we're removing the swirl marks and scratches, but we're getting what's called marring. That's because this black paint right here is super soft and extra sensitive, as it is on most B-pillars on cars, German cars, Japanese, even American cars. Really sensitive area. So I'm actually going to make one more pass, make sure I have an even haze, and then I'm going to come back with V38. So let's go ahead and grab my polisher and keep going. Once again, just a few small dots of V36. A little bit goes a long way. You can use quick detailer or our pad conditioner. You can even use a Luber. We just want a little bit of lubrication before we get started. Okay. And you know, look how my machine hangs over the B-pillar, but I'm still not getting it on the surface because it's all covered up in tape. So let's go ahead and spread. Now I'm going to go to speed setting 6 again. There we go, 6, and let's polish it out. Here we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my microfiber towel again, and I'm going to remove any excess polish. There we go. I like the haze that we have now. It removed all the heavier swirl marks and scratches. It was very heavy. Now we have this light haze. The light haze is very easy to correct because we're going to use V38 for that. So now let's go to the next step. I'm going to go ahead and prepare my machine, and then when I grab my pads, we're going to come back and do the next step. We'll see you in a moment. So I finished my first step, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little inspection. And I'm noticing that I got all the swirl marks and scratches out, but now there's something called marring. And marring is created by heavy cutting. We had to cut a little bit heavier on these black B-pillars because they're very sensitive and they had heavy swirl marks and scratches from machine washing or being washed improperly at the dealership. So now we're going to move on to our next step, which is going to be removing our orange cutting pad from the machine, putting it to the side, and replacing it with a white Hex-Logic pad. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, place it right on the surface, and get going. Now the white pad is a extra soft polishing pad. It's designed to remove any fine, ultra fine marring or very, very light swirls. So this is going to be our V38. It's going to be our optical grade final polish, and this is going to refine the finish. Now if this were white, we might not have the fine micro marring, but since this is a black color, it's very soft. Black is a very difficult color to polish, and you'll often have micro marring. So let's move on and get this looking great. I want to be careful not to get any polish in the center. If you do get any polish in the center, you can easily go ahead and wipe that out. We're going to go ahead and work on wiping it out at the end so we can open the door and clean up that last spot. Now once it's spread out, I'm going to go ahead and turn on speed setting 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn to speed setting 6 again. There we go. And let's go ahead and polish it out. Okay, we've made a few passes. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove the excess V38. Let's inspect what we got now. I have to be very, very sensitive wiping off any polish because this surface scratches very, very easy. And we're trying to minimize scratches. We want a perfect finish. So I'm being extra careful when I wipe this off. I'm trying not to put a lot of pressure. I'm trying to be very gentle and make it look great. And I think we got the results we were looking for. We removed all the swirl marks and scratches, all the light hazing. Let's go ahead and take the inspection light, check it out. Boom, that's a great finish. Looks really good. And we know it's going to look great. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some protection on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my tape and then I'm going to apply some protection. So let me remove my tape and then we'll see you in a few moments. So now it's time to put on the protection. We spent all that time polishing, removing all the swirl marks and scratches, and we don't want that to get stained or harmed again. So we're gonna put the maximum level of protection on this very sensitive surface, and we're gonna use chemical dyes SS6. Now SS6 stands for second skin, 6th generation. It's gonna protect the surface from water spots, contamination, overspray. It's gonna help the surface stay cleaner longer, and it's gonna give a high gloss shine, especially on this black finish. To use the second skin 6, all you gotta take is a foam applicator pad. We're gonna go ahead and spray 2 or 3 sprays on the applicator pad, and I'm gonna go ahead and gently spread it on the surface, being very careful not to scratch. This area is so sensitive that it just scratches very, very easily. So a dirty microfiber towel or a dirty applicator pad can easily scratch it. Now, once it's applied, you need to remove it within 15 minutes. So we can either wait 15 minutes or we can go ahead and remove it immediately. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it immediately. So I'm gonna take my microfiber towel and I'm gonna gently wipe it off, and I mean gently wipe it off. I do not want to cause any swirl marks or scratches because the surface is perfect, and this surface is very sensitive. We had a microfiber towel that was just a little bit hard on the edge, and it actually caused just a little bit of marring, so we polished it up very quickly. But since it's so sensitive, we want to protect it. Now it's ready to be protected and looking great. So we're gonna go ahead and take it outside and we'll show you guys the final result. So we're gonna go ahead and take this SHO outside and show you the goodness. Then we brought the Taurus right outside and we got the finished results, and the results are fantastic. We got that black B-pillar just looking amazing, and that's the power of polishing. You can do it quickly and easily using the V36 optical grade cutting polish and the V38 final polish teamed with the Porter Cable 7424 XP. It's easy to do, and that's the power of the machine polisher. You can do results just like a professional right at your home. We also topped it with our second skin 6 for a high gloss finish, and now the owner is going to be pleased when he drives around this SHO twin turbo Taurus. So if you guys have any more questions about V36 polishing, V38 polishing, detailing any type of vehicle, motorcycles, cars, trucks, RVs, you can check it out on our YouTube channel where we have many more videos on how to take care of any vehicle and more detailing tips and tricks. You can check out our website where we have awesome deals on all of our cool products. And remember, have fun, stay clean, and keep on detailing.